What is worse, not knowing, at least seemingly, that the Emancipation Monument with the word writ large upon it is depicting emancipation from slavery and trying to incite a crowd to become a mob and tear it down? Or knowing what it means, even saying aloud what it means to a crowd and trying to incite them anyway to tear it down because, hey, your feelings, and hey, to hell with facts. All that and lots more coming up in this video.
White power looks like a comfortable conversation for everyone to have so pleasantly for a white-led event. I know what white power looks like, to keep you all settled and comfortable while other people have to deal with the fact that they get to watch their people suffocate from the knee of a policeman. And we get to watch this statue right here that is another current example of the little power that we still have in this country. And that's what this is all about. It's always about power. And I want to know, my question is, how many black people have to sacrifice for this country and still have no power? That is my question. How many black people have to die from this place and get to look at a manifestation of our lack of power to protect our own people? I am tired. I am sick. I am done. And you want to talk? You go. Listen, I can get started on this neighborhood if you want me to. I watched this neighborhood lose 30% of the black people in it in the last 30 years. And if you don't think I don't think about that shit every day, I think about it every single day. Every single day. You think this harm goes away because you get to pretend that it doesn't exist. And I'm asking you accommodationists, you centrists, you liberals, how do you not know it doesn't exist when you can see that thing? That's what I'm asking you.
Living fucking proof right there.
I want to know, how do you settle that in your soul? You got the power. What else do you want? You have the power clearly. Manifest the power, because that is definitely a manifestation. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of listening to you talk. I'm tired of your solutions. I'm tired of your discussions. You do not care about us. You do not. You only care if it makes you uncomfortable. But you do not suffer any of the structural consequences that we have to deal with because of your comfortability.
Who's you? That's not who you is?
No.
Okay.
Listen, we see what the city and the federal government is willing to do to protect the statue. I'm telling you, I watched James Alex Fields Jr. run over people, and kill a white girl over a goddamn statue. I watched that happen with my own eyes. I saw him maim people over a statue. Over a statue. And what do? What is the state that you support does? It calls up the cops to make sure that it protects the statues. Who the hell is working together? Who is working together? Fields and the state. Fields and the state are working together. Open your eyes. I am so tired. I work very hard. Everyone can attest to that. I work extremely hard. And you know what I'm doing? I'm feeding people for free.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing. Because I swear, the only hope I have is if people have the capacity to have the basics without dying from working for it, we will have the capacity to tear this motherfucker down. That's all I got.
and that's what I do because I'm a tour guide.
Right.
And so my job is I can't tell people everything, but if I could open their minds and get them interested, that's my contribution. And most DC tour guides feel the same way. Like, our purpose is to present the history. We don't get in a lot of fights. We don't preach. We listen because I get people from both sides. But DC tour guides, we're the people who can wake people up to history.
And, that's what and it should be talked about. I'm glad you guys do what you do. I commend you because a lot of people come to DC and they look at the monuments and they don't know the history behind DC.
Yeah, and they don't want to take, they just want to take a picture.
Right.
But you got to go, you got to understand Lee. I'm a heretic. I talk about the secret face in the back of Lincoln's head. Because the thing that Lee did that he did like accept defeat graciously. So, I'm not a fan, but I gotta, and there's people just need to know
But that needs to be in doctrine too. It shouldn't be going by word of mouth all the time. It should be in doctrine into textbooks. If you want to present change, you have to change it from a mindset. You have to change the textbooks, change the literature.
And you got to teach the history. Now, the problem is in schools. I'll tell you what the problem is. The only thing that schools care about are their test scores.
Of course.
Because your test scores determine your property values.
But who standardizes those? The federal government does.
No, the state governments.
Sorry, the state government.
Right. So, DC, and in a way I'm glad, because I don't want one state or one group seizing control of the textbooks. I'm almost of mixed mind, because if you had a standardized test, then you would just be memorizing the standardized test, right? So in a way, I'm glad there isn't, but people don't pay the attention to history that they do. And also, people don't take a global perspective. I mean, if you look here. People are talking about races all over the world now. All over the world. Right? And even in Lafayette Park. Do you want to hear a story? All right, Lafayette actually bought 2 plantations in French Guiana and freed the people on the plantations because he wanted to prove that free plantations could work. And then Kosciuszko, who's on the other end, he left all his...
I'm sorry to cut you off, but was he doing it in a way to say that it still is going to profit? Like, even if we do free the slaves, because this happened in Texas. When they freed the slaves in Texas, they said, hey, look, you can go around, but you got to have a pass saying you're free. And here goes, oh, no, yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Oh, no, I'm not
talking
denying
about Texas.
that.
And they said, hey, look, black people, we still couldn't get jobs. We couldn't get jobs anywhere, so we had to be indentured servitude. So you saying that he was preaching indentured servitude? That it worked? That it could work?
Well,
that's what you're saying.
No, I think he was preaching that if you freed people and paid them.
Yeah, of course.
I think he did. Well, I'm just saying he made...
They did the same thing in Texas.
Yeah, but he was a lot more idealistic. He was actually doing it. This was his own...
slavery still goes on today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
These for-profit prisons and
that's got to end. That's got to end.
It's not going to end.
For-profit prisons.
It should end.
That's got to end, because you don't... That's not...
When you got presidents pumping their money into it, it's not going to end.
No, you got for-profit prisons, you got for-profit health care. They both got to end. So what we got to do is we got to end Citizens United, which is the Supreme Court decision that allows all the money in politics. That's really...
Hey guys, I'm going to switch to a megaphone.
And I will end with this. To the media and to all the naysayers out there, if you think we lost this battle, you've got another thing coming. Because we are going to be out here tomorrow, next week, and the week after that, until that motherfucker comes down. And I don't care. if they're gonna have to peel me off the statue, if I'm gonna have to chain myself to the statue, it's coming down. Now, for everybody else, we had a lot of conflicting opinions out there, but I want you to let you know something, is that the people who put this event on really is the Freedom Neighborhood, all right? It was us. It was the young people out here, the people fighting for justice, who caused this conversation, who caused this disruption. So do not take away the narrative away from the young people, especially black young people. It is our revolution. Okay.
Hey, can I get everybody's attention, please? Everybody, please. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm in agreement with everybody about wanting the statue down. But you got to understand, it's the way we got to do things. And when I walked up here, literally, and like I said, I'm not making it like I'm bigger than anybody. I'm just like you. But I've been out here for the past 4 weeks, almost a month, from when the first riot started. And what I'm going to say is this. Being right here is not going to get the statue down. I'm going to tell you right now. And you may look at me stupid and say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm going to tell you. The Capitol is where they make decisions. That's where we need to be at, not here. I understand y'all expression. Y'all want to express yourselves. I respect it all, and I even agree with a lot of it. But being right here, this is not where they make decisions at.
The cameras are here.
This is not where they make decisions. And yes, people are learning that. I got that. I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. But you have to understand, it's the way we have to do things. And it's people putting out from messages, group messages, things that's all social media talking about actually tearing it down physically. We can't do that. We can't. Man, I got you. Just hear what I'm saying. Everybody's so quick to give a response, but nobody wants to listen. That's the biggest problem right now out here. Do y'all not understand that? That they see us always fighting amongst each other. And they get a kick out of that. No, like, seriously, they really get a kick out of that. Y'all doing exactly what they want us to do. If y'all want the decision to be made of the statue getting down, do it the right way. Outsmart them. You got to outsmart them, man. Y'all got to use your brains. We got to use our brains. We got to come together, unite in unity, in love, in understanding. And yes, if we have different points of views, listen to that person. You may not agree with them, but just listen. Hear them out. Because they may teach you something. They may teach you something. You never know. I'm trying to figure out why we not out here starting to march. Why we not marching? You can still speak. They can still speak. We can still take over the streets, but do it in a peaceful manner, and that's how you get their attention. Go to the Capitol. That's how you get their attention. That's where the decisions get made at. Not right here. It's not right here. It's not. So at the end of the day, man, and that's the other thing, man, I'm seeing a lot of, and no disrespect to the older people, but man, y'all got to hear us young people out too, because we've been affected as well. Just as much as y'all have. We're not taking nothing away from y'all. But y'all got to understand too, we putting in work just like y'all. We putting in labor just like y'all. We getting harassed and killed just like a lot of y'all had before us. Y'all may have been slaves, but we've been slaves today. It's just different how they going about it. I hear that. But the whole time I've been here, you've been back there talking and not right here talking, teaching the youth. That's the problem. I'm letting you talk now. I'm letting you talk now.
All you got to do is say the word.
No.
Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Wait. No.
Give him respect.
No, because
give him respect.
Look, wait a minute.
Who are you to jump in the way of another elder person wanting to speak and voice himself?
Hey, we got cameras out here. Let's
I
not
don't
do
care
that.
about no
Let's
cameras.
not do
I
that.
have no cameras all day.
Let's not do
it's
that.
about what's right.
Let's
It's
not do
about what's right. But who are you to step in the way of him expressing himself?
Because
even if you don't agree with it, that's still the elder and it's respect. You at least hear him out.
Like I said.
Who are you to step in the way? That's my question to you. That is my question to you.
Right.
Okay then. Here you go. Here you go.
This is mine. It's mine.
But why are you doing that?
Because it's legally mine
Okay,
and I
well,
paid
go ahead
for
that
it.
way, because we're not about that.
Okay.
We're not about that. Okay, you got it. Now go that way.
You yelling at me
Go
for
that way.
Exactly what you said. Everybody out here.
What I'm saying is she didn't have to snatch that from him.
That's him, and I did not hand it to him. I handed it to him.
He's been talking the whole time, and he's trying to talk. It's an elder, so there's no respect in that.
It's his
Y'all saying
You have your stuff. Why are you still right here?
but you won't hear no opposing opinion. Why can't we disagree without hating each other, without attacking each other? That's the problem. See, this is the problem. See, we can't disagree without attacking each other.
No justice.
No peace.
No
Okay?
justice.
And half of the ones out here talking.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. I don't know, and I don't really care why most of you came out. That is not meant to sound harsh. But I think we all need to stay focused on the conversation at hand. It's bigger than a statue. A lot of us are still black and are still alive. And we feel like the man in this statue. Yes, our chains are being broken, but we are not standing up. Let's focus on what this statue means to people right now. We are here right now. And we will continue to be here until we pass from this earth. So if there are more people here that want to talk about where we are going as humans and less about an inanimate object, I think that's the conversation we should be focused on. Thank you.
And he says BLM activists refuse to let people speak.
That's exactly what happened.
You have not been here the whole time. You do not know how to do. Get the fuck out of here.
I can't understand anything you're saying now. That's right. Shout him down. Just shout him down.
If you want to be a real journalist, be a real
Alright folks, be sure to see part 3.